Hi, my name is Elisa and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be trying on all of my winter outerwear and styling them. So I live in San Francisco, but I used to live in Chicago and near Boston, so that's why I have a lot of jackets, especially for the cold. But I'll try to be explaining how I style my clothes, so depending on what I'm wearing, what kind of coat I would wear. As you know, in the winter, if you're in a really cold place, the outerwear is basically all that you see. So you have to really pair on accessories and other stuff to make the jacket not look like you're wearing the same outfit all the time. If you like mid-size styling content, please like and subscribe, and let's get started. So basically, if you're wearing jeans or a shorter skirt, it'll go with any jacket. The real constraints come in when you're wearing a long skirt. So I'll keep the jackets that work with those constraints at the very end. If it wasn't that cold outside, one of my favorite options is to wear a cape. So I have two capes. They're both from Burberry, and they are dual-sided. I don't really wear it on the other side, to be honest. But this would be the cape. It's basically wearing a big scarf over you, and what I like about this, because it's dual-sided, is you do see a little bit of the peeking through of the inner dual print, but it's not too in your face either. And I can always change up how I want to do this. If you're annoyed about capes staying open, then what you can do is wrap it under and then use a brooch pin. It'll just look like that, and it'll keep it closed. And then if you do want to see what it looks like on the reverse, it would be this way. So it might be a little too much today because I have already a print on, so it's going to be print on print. But I like this one because it's a newer rendition of the Burberry check print. Well, it doesn't have checks, it's just straights without the horizontal, and I think it's a nice new updated look. Same concept. I like it because it has the folds, very nice cascading. You could really do this with any scarf. The reason why I picked this cape is because it folds a little bit nicer for where your arms are, so it's made a little bit more for that, but really you could use any big blanket scarf to achieve the same look. And I actually don't have a lot of short coats that are puffer jackets, so a cape or any type of shorter coat is really when I'm going to be wearing my tall boots. And then the reverse. So this one is also a little bit different from their typical check print. It's a giant check print, and it's in gray. So here is what it looks like with the tall boots on. So I have 4 of these puffer jackets from Moncler. The first one is a knit one. So what's cool about this is that it definitely has down inside, but it looks like knit from the outside. And it has this thick knit over here and these cuffed sleeves. So you could go all the way up if you're really cold to cover your ears, but usually I wear it down with a collar like this. And it's got these 2 little cute pockets over here, but I definitely think I prefer the jackets that have pockets on the sides. It's just very uncomfortable to do this, so this is really just more for show. And usually when I wear a jacket like this, I might wear a matching hat. So I probably style like this if I want it to be kind of cute. So you can see inside, it's totally like a puffer jacket. It's got lots of down. So the last one I tried on is actually warmer, and it doesn't have the Moncler logo on the side, so if you like the more subtle look, then that's probably for you. This one does have the little logo patch on the left. And what's really nice about these is basically they're like vests, because the puffer part is all in the middle and then the arms are just in regular knit material, so I think it's less likely that you'll overheat. But I really love this olive color. And this one doesn't go up as high as the other one. The other one I can go up all the way to cover my nose if I wanted to, but this one just kind of covers your neck. And but the nice thing about this is it does have open pockets like this, so my hands fit nicely into here. So this is the last Moncler light puffer that I have. They actually call these cardigans, I guess because they're not fully down and the sleeves are cardigans. I probably picked a wrong top to wear underneath because it's getting bunchy from the little bows that I have, but bear in mind with me that it wouldn't be so lumpy over here. So this one, what I like about it is this peplum detail down here. And you can pull it so that it cinches a little bit more if you wanted to. And this one is a round neck, whereas the other two both are a bit of a high neck. The downside of this again is that there are no pockets at all. There's not even these little pockets in the front. It's just a very slim fit. Just to show, because of these bows that stick out, you probably don't want to wear something underneath here that has a lot of outside appliques because the knit is quite thin, so it will show. So this next Moncler jacket is from the APC collection. So I wore this to actually go skiing, and I thought that was fine. What I like about this is just how cinched the waist is here. The zippers are kind of annoying here, so you can probably put things in here for you to grab, like your phone, but you wouldn't put your hands in here because it's just a very awkward position. I think a lot of the jackets they make try to avoid the zippers or have kind of invisible zippers because they don't think it looks as nice. And then what's interesting about this is they have this like elastic string here. I guess it just keeps the shape. If you can stick your fingers in here, then it wraps nicely like that to keep your hands warm. And I do have some huge puffer jackets, but I really don't wear these anymore after I left Chicago. Maybe if I go to New York, I wear these sometimes. This is actually so warm up here. And what I really like about it is just how cute this fit is. It's an A-line for a short coat, which I think is kind of rare. Again, the sleeves have an elastic here to keep it snug around you. And even the sleeves are kind of like bell-shaped. And in the dead of winter, I would have a longer coat. So this one hits me right mid-calf. So it's nice because you can still see the boots. It's still a nice look. It's not too long. These, even though they are also these like diagonal pockets, because they're lower than the other ones, which would be like up here in the shorter versions, down here you can actually put your hands in. And this is actually really warm. And what's just really nice about this is just how nicely shaped it gives you. And it does wrap up pretty high to keep you warm. Oops. Up here. You see? And then lastly, this little back part over here has a hat that you can take out. So I think this is a pretty classic Moncler style that they always have. So they have these buttons that you do up here. It's a nice red bright color. And then it has this cute hood. Got a little Eskimo look going on. The fur is removable, but the hood is not removable. I would have liked this a lot better if the hood was removable too, because then I just have some options. And the last thing from Moncler is this white vest. So I actually probably wear this the most just because it's really great for errands. And it has these invisible pockets here in the sense that the zipper is very thin and small. And it's just a really easy thing to wear over a sweater and then go out like this. The next jackets are all medium length. When I say medium length, that means that it basically is still above my knees and the coat doesn't totally cut off the boots. What I love about this is just the very oversized fit, but it still keeps a pretty feminine shape. It has very simple buttons that are just white that blend in. I usually don't try to put things in here because I don't want it to stretch. And it just has a very lovely, simple collar. The lapels are not too exaggerated. And if I wear a coat like this, I typically wear it just open. So this one's a little bit longer than the other one. This barely makes the cutoff for what I would wear boots with because it hits right where the boot starts. This is a lot more of a loose fit coat and it comes with a tie to tie around it. These are kind of annoying though, to be honest. I keep having to re-sew on the ties on the side that keep this in place. But there's a couple of ways to wear this. One is to wear it at the front with the tie like this. It'll be inevitable that it kind of bunches up here and down here. Another way is when you put it through the ties, then you can wear it in the tie in the back. But the other way is just to wear it open. If I want to make any coat a little bit more fun, I have a lot of really bright colored scarves. These are the cashmere scarves from Hermes. And there's some really great ways to fold these. But my favorite way is like this. So I probably will match my pink jacket with a bright pink scarf like this. This one is from Harris Wharf, London. This is a boiled wool. It's a lot thicker. It's going to be less soft, and this coat is interesting because it has an unfinished hem here, and even the button details are very, very hidden. They're all inside, so when you cover it, there's no visible outside button. It's not one of my favorite coats. It's just less soft. It's a lot tighter of a silhouette, even though it is made to be a straight coat. But I think my hips just kind of like hold it out here, so you can see my natural waistline up here. So I probably wouldn't wear it closed, I'd probably just wear it open. And then a different type of scarf that I typically wear is a really long, thick, chic scarf like this. And what I love about this scarf is it's also two-sided. So you can see both sides at the same time if you want to. But a scarf with just a more basic print is gonna look a bit cooler. So there's a lot of these logo scarves that are really popular right now. I think the one that's most common is the one from Acne Studios. I also know that like Isabel Marant has one like this, and then Burberry has one like this. So this one has a really cute oversized collar, and the buttons are hidden inside here, so you won't see them when you close it up. And it has a very A-line shape, and if you are cold, it becomes a snud like this. So you're able to just close it up all the way. Oh God. Oh. You probably wouldn't do this unless you're really cold. I would just wear it like this. And with this type of coat, if you think anything is too cute or too ladylike, then I just pair it with some combat boots. So we'll have this boot, which has a chunkier heel. It'll go better against the cuteness of this very A-line, doll-like silhouette. And then compared to if you wore little booties like this, where it really accentuates the femininity. So you can even play with coats to make sure that, you know, you're doing up a different look. And if you wear this coat open, then it would just look like this. Now we're moving on to the long coats. So this coat from Theory is actually made to be worn open because you can see there's only one button here. So even if you were to close it, this part's all open, this part's all open. So I feel like they just made a button here so that you could close it if it was really cold, but ideally it just is worn open. And this is probably the most masculine fit in the sense that it's pretty straight. I wouldn't say the lapels are too exaggerated either, because you know some of those peacoats have like really big lapels. But yes, this is probably the length where I would not wear knee-high boots with anymore. It's not so bad right now because you wear this open, so you still get to see the whole shape of your legs and your silhouette. But if I were to actually wear this closed, you can see that it covers everything. This is probably when I wear booties like this. And this is how this would look like with the booties instead of the high knee boots. So when it's closed, you see the whole silhouette of your leg. Just for reference, you can see that this is my longest coat and it goes all the way down almost to my ankles, and it just looks a little bit weird for the boots to be all the way covered. But it's also not the worst thing in the world. Like, I don't think this is a fashion faux pas. I would probably just wear shorter boots though. Oh, you can also button it up here if it's very cold, and then it just has a single short collar. And the multiple ways to wear it are: 1, tied, as we just had; 2 is just open; and then 3, you can tie it in the back. So it's still open, but the benefit of tying it in the back is that you create a little bit more of a waistline because it holds it into the back. And then one other thing that you can do with this type of coat is you can wear an alternate belt with it. I think any of these 3 belts will work. This one is from Anderson and these 2 are from Quiana. This definitely makes the jacket look a little bit more formal than with the tie belt. These lapels are definitely more exaggerated, like I was talking about the other peacoats. Onto my final Max Mara coat. So this is very similar to the very classic Max Mara coat that I tried on in camel, except this one is a lot thinner. So both of them are going to be really great for super long skirts. I would probably also not wear knee-high boots with this one. So I'll show you where it'll be awkward to wear a long skirt with any of these coats. So you can see this skirt hits to mid-calf and is a very long midi skirt. And let's just try on jackets of different lengths to see how it looks with it. I actually think this is okay. It hits right above the very edge. So given, especially that this is a pleated skirt, it actually looks quite nice. It looks like a little bit of a embellishment to the bottom of the skirt. And one thing I could do to make this feel a lot less heavy is not to use this black tie. And then I think the entire outfit looks a little bit brighter. One other thing I forgot to mention that I love to wear is a cute bucket hat. This can also spice up the outfit a little bit and keep it a little bit lighter. It looks okay when it's open like this, but if I just close it a little bit, all of a sudden it feels very bunched up. Bottom, it tapers in like here, and then this goes outwards too much. So now this is actually a very odd fit. I don't think it's terrible because the colors look nice together and it's a pretty outfit overall, but if this was a straighter fit or a more A-line fit, I think it would look a little bit better. And then this is where it gets interesting. So this one is an A-line fit, but the problem is now that I think it's way too short. It only barely works because they're all the same color palette. They're all in this really neutral camel tone, But if it weren't this color, this would be a really weird looking outfit. Like imagine if my coat were black or if my skirt were black. This would look very strange. This definitely wouldn't be my favorite to be wearing with this skirt, but I think anything will really go with this cape. It is a little oversized at the top and oversized at the bottom, so maybe that's the only place where I feel like it'd be nicer if there was a more natural silhouette. But if I wore a belt with this, now it looks a little bit more fitted at the top, so the bottom and the floatiness doesn't look too overwhelming. I hope this was helpful. These are just some ways that I style my coats, whether that's with a belt, a scarf, figuring out the right length, what shoes to wear. And if you like mid-size styling and sprinkled in with some luxury, then please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.